You guys want to learn some tips and tricks on how to obtain and maintain good mental health? Well, follow along as we go farming for mental health. So in today's session, we're going to talk about givers and takers, both in agriculture and in our mental health. So in agriculture, I kind of break up the crops into giver crops and taker crops. Our giver crops are those crops that we plant that help fix more nutrients back into the soil. So things like legumes, soybeans, could be buckwheat, different things that we grow that leave the soil more nutrient dense after they're planted, hence the name giver crops. Now we also have taker crops. We grow a lot here. You might not be able to see here with the backdrop, but we grow a lot of corn. Corn is what I consider a taker crop. It is a heavy feeder, sucks a lot of nutrients out of the soil, leaves the soil less nutrient dense, hence the name taker crop. Now, the way I look at mental health, I look at things through an ecological perspective. So similar to that soil health, keeping things balanced, that's the same kind of concept that I use in mental health. So in mental health, we need to make sure we have an appropriate amount of givers in our life, and this is going back to relationships, which is one of our big universal pillars in having good mental health. The takers in our life, much like the corn, these are like those energy vampires that when we spend time with them, they leave us depleted. We just feel worse after spending time with them. And Daniel Goleman, who's an expert in the field of social intelligence, he talks about spending time with these taker type people is like a poison that slowly erodes our mental and physical health. Not good. Now, it's not all doom and gloom because we have the givers. The givers are those people that when we spend time with, we feel recharged, we feel better. It's kind of a felt experience, hard to articulate sometimes in words, but you know what it feels like when you spend time with the people that fall into the giver end of the spectrum. It's not realistic. I'm not expecting you to go and eliminate all contact with taker type people and only spend time with givers. That's not balanced and that's not realistic. But we do need to look at things from a balanced perspective and go, we need to spend more time with givers and limit our contact with the takers. And starting with a 51-49% split is probably a good area to start, then build up from there. First step is knowing about it. Then the second step is starting to make some behavioral changes in your own personal ecosystem. So think about it. Happy farming.